Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please write me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding this video or any other videos, and I will answer your question promptly. So let me first explain the three rice experiences that I have in the past. There are basically three kinds of rice. One is what is known as short grain rice, and this is most famous for the rice known as sushi rice that mainly consumed in Japan. The second type of rice, frequently known as long grain rice. The most famous of the long grain rice is jasmine rice. These are rice that are consumed mainly in China as well as in Southeast Asia. And the third type of rice frequently is known as basmati rice. This is mainly grown in certain part of India and Pakistan. Now, this type of rice, the rice grain is very distinct from each other. They frequently known as extra long grain rice. Now, when I eat sushi rice, I find that the rice are all clumped together, and it has its own distinct characteristics. And when I eat the traditional long grain rice, such as jasmine rice, the rice kernels are more separate from each other. In fact, you can somewhat taste the rice kernel. And then it comes to the basmati rice. As I mentioned, the first time when I taste basmati rice is in a friend of mine from Pakistan. And I remember the rice kernels are so distinct from each other. It is an entirely different culinary experience. And now I have all three types of rice in my pantry, and they give me variations, and they make my meal more interesting. And this is what makes home cooking exceptional. Because one can be as creative and as imaginative as one would like. I remember, as my friend Jim told me, that home cooking is in its golden era. Because there's no point in time you can get so many different ingredients anytime you want. In fact, even I live in a rural area, I can order online a vast variety of home cooking ingredients that I would never be able to have access to. In this video, I would like to tell you a little bit about basmati rice. Basmati rice is an unusual rice from the standpoint it has very long grain. I use a brand of basmati rice known as the Royal Basmati rice. I bought it in a 20-pound package. Now, it seems to be a lot of rice, but a rice can be kept for a long time, so it is more economical to buy them in bulk. And when you look at raw basmati rice, you will find that the rice kernel tend to be long and slender. Whereas you look at sushi rice, they tend to be round and plump. The jasmine rice is traditional long grain rice. It is somewhere in between. And this is what basmati rice look like after it is being cooked. You can see that the kernels are long and slender even after they are cooked. And the reason is because that they absorb a small amount of water in comparison to short grain rice. One common descriptor for basmati rice is that the rice are more fluffy as compared to short grain rice or other type of long grain rice such as jasmine rice. In India and Pakistan, the most common rice that are being consumed is the basmati rice. And now, because of these characteristics, basmati rice probably will make the best fried rice if you like the fried rice kernel to be nice, dry, and separate from each other. For just eating the rice alone, I personally prefer jasmine rice, whereas my wife prefers basmati rice. However, when it comes to fried rice, both of us agree that the basmati rice make the best fried rice. And my friend Jamie, she loves shrimp fried rice, and she told me that the best fried rice that she ever had is a shrimp fried rice that made from basmati rice. So in this video, I'm going to create a shrimp fried rice very much like she did in her fried rice. I cook this fried rice, use my basic fried rice template. I started with 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. I use canola oil, and then I spot season the wok. And I add 4 eggs to the wok. I have seasoned the wok in such a way that to make sure that the wok has a non-stick cooked surface. And the spot seasoning method works extremely well. And if you want to know about how this method works, you can take a look at this video. Frying an egg is always a challenge for woks without non-stick coating. But using my method, the wok has a very, very nice non-stick cooked surface. As you can see, the egg did not stick to the surface of the wok at all. This template is very efficient because what I do is that I cook the egg first and then I will cook the rice. So now I scramble the egg and I push the egg onto the edge of the wall and I put a little bit more cooking oil. Next, I'm going to add about 2.5 cups of basmati rice. This rice has been in the refrigerator for about 40 hours. You should always use store rice rather than use fresh rice. So now I use something called a meat smasher, which normally is to use for break up hamburger meat when you make spaghetti sauce or make chili. But it turned out to be perfect for breaking up rice to make fried rice. Next, I add about 1.5 cups of frozen sweet corn. I love corn in fried rice. It gives the fried rice a nice sweet flavor. And it also provides great textures for the fried rice. This is followed by 1 cup of chopped broccoli stems. Now, normally when you prepare broccoli, a lot of time you throw away the stem. I turned out that by cutting them into small chunks, they perfect for fried rice and they cook very rapidly as well. Now for the frozen corn, I took them directly out of the freezer without thawing them in advance. It turned out that this actually is a better way to maintain both the flavor and the texture of the frozen corn. So right now what I'm doing is that I just warming up the corn to room temperature. At the same time, I am cooking the broccoli stem as well. Next, I'm going to add some shrimp. These are actually large shrimp that has been cut up into smaller pieces. And I also coat them with cornstarch. And you notice that I add the shrimp at the later stage of this cooking process. And I call this method sequential cooking. What I'm doing is that I want to cook the shrimp only for a specific amount of time. And by adding them later during the cooking process, I do not have to risk of overcook them. And also by coating the shrimp with cornstarch, it actually will protect the shrimp against the heat. This will lead to a more moist, tender texture of the shrimp. Okay, now I come to the last ingredients I want to add to the fried rice, and that is some frozen sweet peas. Frozen sweet peas add way at the end because they tend to be easily overcooked and resulting them to be taste chalky. So by adding them toward the end, I will be able to maintain the freshness. And also by adding them directly from the freezer, it will actually greatly enhance their flavor as compared to if you thaw them out in a microwave or even in the kitchen counter. So okay, the fried rice is essentially done. This is all the ingredients that I want to add to the fried rice. So the next step is that for me to taste the flavor of the fried rice. I'm going to flavor the fried rice with my basic seasoning mix. This seasoning mix is relatively mild, but it adds great umami flavor to the dish. And the end result is that it is more capable to eliciting the natural flavor of the food ingredients rather than overwhelming them. I prefer this flavoring method because it makes the dish taste more natural, so you can reduce your salt consumption. After I did a taste test, I decided maybe I would like to add a little bit more salt, so I add some soy sauce. And with a few quick mix, the dish is ready to be served. And the flavor is exactly how I like it. I remember my cousin Marge in Canada always told me that what defines the fried rice is the rice. Different type of rice will give you a different experience of how you taste the fried rice. The ingredients actually turn out to be less important. And after I cook this fried rice and I taste it, I tend to agree with her. The basmati rice definitely make eating this fried rice a very different culinary experience if you make the fried rice, say, with jasmine rice. And after tasting fried rice, both my wife and I agree the basmati rice probably make the best fried rice of all. So if you have not tried basmati rice, just eating it with as a natural part of a meal or use it as a fried rice, you should definitely give it a try. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. If you would like to learn more about my cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.